This is kind of unusual for a GM to be talking openly about potentially trading his all-pro cornerback. What do you know? What's going on there?
On the one hand, you admire John Schneider for being so upfront and honest about the entire situation. But it's very rare that a team is this open and honest involving a high-profile player like Richard Sherman. It's almost as if he's saying there's a for sale sign on him, come make an offer. Now, he did say in the same interview that there are 98% of the things that they discussed don't go through, and it doesn't sound like he expects anything to happen. But they continue to be very public about their stance that they're open to trading him, which I think raises questions with the draft quickly approaching.
Okay, so what potentially could be the source of the disenchantment on both sides? I mean, he's a great player. And
my understanding is that Richard Sherman initiated this. He was looking to get out of Seattle. He was open to that idea initially. They're accommodating him by listening to trade offers, and they'll see what happens. Again, I don't know that anything happens here, but we'll see if something materializes here before the draft.
As a former player, what do you make of this whole deal?
Well, I was never that good, is the first thing. I've never done the things that Richard Sherman has been able to do on the field. But if you listen or if you've watched Richard Sherman, he is extremely open. He is a guy who kind of tells you how he feels. And you heard John Schneider say this is true on both sides. And not necessarily both sides, meaning other teams and the Seattle Seahawks, meaning Richard Sherman and the Seattle Seahawks organization. And so if a player wants to be moved, if a player is open to being moved, who's done so much for a team, then the organization wants to accommodate. They can, or they don't have to if they don't get the deal they want. They want. And you heard Adam say 98% of the things that they've talked about won't go through. This is going to be a very tough deal to make.